Hey guys, it's me Dave from the Kodo, back with another Feed the Beast tutorial for you. This is a concept I came up with a couple of guys that are playing Sky Factory, and it was a way of dealing with the massive amounts of chicken eggs and chickens that are in your game. Now, what happens is normally you would have these pens just full of chickens and have a vacuum hopper picking up all the stuff, and this tends to get obviously very laggy and just kind of messy. So I thought of the idea of you want to keep the chickens in the nesting pens, but then they create eggs while they're breeding, while they're in them. But this makes it a nice clean look, keeps them a little more organized. What I decided was if I could just pump the eggs into a dispenser with a timer attached to it, it would fire those eggs off. It would hatch them. The ones that hatched became chickens. The ones that didn't, it didn't matter because I was just throwing away the eggs anyway. If they became chickens, then I would slaughter them when they grew up to get more resources than I was from just having the chickens in the pens. So I wanted a way to automate this. Now this nursery monitor is an item that's going to be very useful in this. It comes with a hatchery mod. It's in Sky Factory 3. What it does is chickens that are on this side that are babies stay on this side. And then chickens that are not, you can see the guy just got pushed over there. They get sucked over to this side if they're adults. So all the babies will stay on here that are getting pushed out from the dispenser and the eggs. All the adults will stay over here. Now if you had a mob grinder over here, you just chop up all these chickens and you get food, feathers, and then the resource that they create too. So I came up with the idea for the chicken slaughter tower. The way this works is you would line up a whole bunch of, ignore this part right here, a whole bunch of nesting pans. So what this is going to do is it keeps it nice and neat. If you put it inside a building, it should limit the lag you're getting. I haven't fully tested yet, but you would just continue this. This is a 5x5 all the way up in a huge tower. You can either go underneath it with item conduits. These are pulling the resources out of the nesting pans, or if you weren't going to change these chickens out and it didn't matter, you could do nesting pan, conduit, nesting pan, and the conduit will attach to the bottom one and the top of the one below it. So then you're just pulling everything out. It'd be nesting pan, conduit, nesting pan. You could do nesting pan, conduit, nesting pan. Just continue that pattern all the way up and filling these. So the idea is these guys are all nice and neat. They're giving you the resources you want. They're not wandering around. The problem is they're breeding and they're creating eggs. So when the eggs get pulled out, pump them into a chest like this. Now I've got the resources that I wanted. I got the chicken manure for other stuff. But I've got all these eggs. So what I've done is I've attached a conduit here that has a filter that only pulls out the eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch match NBT data to ignore NBT data. And you'll see that it starts to pull out every egg no matter what, even if it's different. It fires them off into a dispenser. This is a timer that I have set up for a delay of 40 seconds. About 2 seconds a tick. And it's going to fire these eggs down in here. Now, these eggs would normally be thrown away by me, so it doesn't matter if they hatch or not, but I'm getting rid of them. They turn into chickens or baby chickens over here, the ones that do. The nursery monitor is then going to push the adults off onto this side. And I can show you that by making one of these guys become an adult real quick. This blue guy. So in 8 seconds, 7 seconds, it's going to turn into an adult. It's going to fire this blue guy right over here once he becomes an adult automatically. Whoop, and he's over here. Now, these guys, if I slaughter them, will give me resources, chicken meat, and feathers. So I just set up a grinder over here to slaughter these guys and then pump those resources into my system. The main source of resources is going to be my chickens that I have bred purposely for this. I want them all lined up in here. This is the main source of resources that I'm going for. The eggs are just extra. You could technically take all these eggs and put them into hatching, into the nest to hatch, but that takes a little bit more time, and these guys are going to be pumping out eggs like crazy, especially if I start to build this into a huge tower. So those extra eggs are dumped into a dispenser, fired off into this little pen. When they become adults, boom, they're adults. Now I have a grinder over here. It slaughters them, and it's extra resources that I'm not getting from just this. So I'm going to do this in my LP. Hopefully it's something helpful that you guys can use and you can pretty it up a little bit. The idea I had was build a huge tower of the chickens, and then maybe like the top floor or the very bottom floor is where these chickens are being hatched and slaughtered, and then everything pipes into a central chest or a central storage unit. So hopefully this is helpful to you. The only thing I have changed here is these guys are just pulling out. Just extract, always active. And then, like I said here, this is extracting with a advanced item filter on it. Put the eggs in there that I know I'm going to get. If I end up getting any different ones in here, I can just add them in here to this filter. And then ignore NBT data is what you want, so that you can get the eggs that, because they're going to start to breed, they're going to get better stats. Those stats are what the NBT data is being ignored. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, check out my channel for more tips, tricks, and guides, and of course LPs. And like always, guys, good luck and have fun.
Thanks for sticking around for another video. Hopefully it was entertaining or useful to you. Head on over to the channel for some more guides, tips, tricks, tutorials, and videos like that. If you want to be alerted to more videos, follow me on Twitter or hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button or leave a comment to join in on the conversation. And if you really want to help out the channel, head on over to my Patreon page. But like always, guys, good luck and have fun.